Hi and salam alaikum, ladies. First off, I'm sorry that it's been so long since I made a video. With it being nearly Christmas, I've been so busy and I've also got a cold at the moment, hence the reason I'm going to be sucking a Strepsil throughout this whole thing. I'm going to try and be as quick as possible, as I always say, but very rarely ever am. My channel so far has just basically been review videos, and that isn't what I want for this channel and was never my intention at all. So things are going to be changing slightly. I am still going to do review videos. The reason why all my videos so far have been reviews, well, not all of them, but nearly all of them, is because of just the time. I started my channel in April. It took me longer to get my camera and everything else sorted than I thought it was going to. And it just happened to be that it was nearly Christmas when I started, so I was doing a lot of shopping and obviously reviewing everything. But there's a lot of other stuff, you know, that I'm going to be adding, such as stuff like I'm about to say. I've noticed recently, and it seems to be getting worse now, how much everyone hates each other for the most ridiculous reasons, and it really bothers me. So this is going to probably turn into a bit of a ranty video. Long story short, I was in Subway the other week with my fiance eating lunch, and some people sat at a table next to us who were EDL supporters and started serenading me, basically, singing EDL for England and other things, which I thought was funny because I'm English. I'm completely British. I'm half Irish and half English. No, but I'm completely British. I was born here. You know, my family were born here and everything. And the only reason they did it was because of this. Because I have a scarf on my head. Because I've covered my hair up. Therefore, they thought I was Muslim and thought it was okay for them to start singing at me. And it isn't just Muslims. You know, I was talking to my sister about it, and she said that she didn't realise how racist people were until she had her son, and her son's mixed race. He's half black, half white. And, you know, some of the stuff that people have said to her, and this is people she doesn't know, you know, who have said things to her. My other sister, there's 5 of us all together. She's got a son who's white, and she was walking down the road with my nephew and her son, my other nephew, obviously, and some woman actually leaned out of her car and started shouting at my sister, "You're disgusting, having one black kid and one white kid," and all of this. And my sister just yelled back, you know, something about the fact that it was her sister who actually had the kid. You know, and I thought, what right has anybody got, whether you agree with it or not? All right, you could look at someone who's got one black kid and one white kid and think, you know, oh, well, I wouldn't do that. That's fine. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't give you a right to start shouting at people in the street. Who are you to start just yelling at people? Are you perfect? No, you're not. You know, and then I thought about when I was pregnant with my second son, I was 18. I had my oldest son when I was 16, and I had my second son when I was 18. My third son I had when I was 24. You know, and I'd be talking to people and they'd be going on about, you know, so, oh, you're, you know, massively pregnant, and as people do. And then I'd inevitably get asked how old I was. Like, oh, I'm 18. They're like, oh, have they got the same dad? Yes, my husband. Oh, you're married? And they'd look really shocked, like, that hadn't even occurred to them that I could be married, let alone the fact that my kids could be from the same dad. They just assumed the fact that they were obviously by 2 different people, you know, and I'm not married anymore. I've been divorced for, you know, a few years now, and I've now got a son by someone else, because I don't know if anyone has maybe clicked onto that by the fact that I say my baby's dad, and, you know, I talk about my other kids as my kids. And whether people think that I have sinned, whether I've done wrong in some way by having children by different dads, has got absolutely nothing to do with anybody else. You know, if you don't like it, that is absolutely fine. I don't expect you to agree with me or to like everything that I do, but it doesn't give you a right to start yelling at me in the street or to ask me questions that you have absolutely no right to have an answer for at all. You know, I'm watching my tram experience video, which I'm sure everyone has seen by now. How can someone sit there and say the things that woman was saying and not be bothered and use her child as a shield, which is what she was doing? And, you know, a lot of the comments that I saw on there was people who agreed with her. And I was absolutely amazed, because I don't have it in my brain to possibly look at someone behaving in that way and think, yeah, she's absolutely right. You know, I just don't understand. I really don't get it, and it just seems to be getting worse. You know, Muslim this, Paki that. Oh, I'm not even going to carry on, because that's actually just made me feel physically sick, just saying the P word. It really, it does. You know, people need to seriously stop and think, okay? There is going to be, this country is now pretty much a multicultural country. I'm fine with that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Your children are going to be going to school with Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, black kids, Pakistani kids, Bengali kids, Indian kids, white kids. Whatever you say, your kids are going to copy, and they're going to think it's okay, which means they're going to get in trouble for it, because schools can't have racism. You know, they can't have racism in their schools. They could wind up getting beaten up because they've started being racist to someone and that person's taken offence and they've beaten them. Do you want that for your kids because you're small-minded? You know, you wouldn't look at someone with blue eyes and sneer at them and think they were less than you because they've got blue eyes and you've got brown eyes. You just wouldn't do it. Everyone just needs to stop. Simple as that. I can't think of anything else to say. There is so much that I could say on this subject that I would probably do an hour-long video. Just judge people by the way that they are behaving. That seems like a pretty simple thing for me, and apparently it's difficult for everyone else. Judge people on how they behave, how they speak to you, how they treat you, how they treat their family, how they treat their friends, how they're treating the person who's just opened the door for them, the lady who's working the till. Judge people by that. Don't judge people by what they look like, by how old they are, by what religion they are. You know, I think everyone, as a test, should... So I'm now crunching strepsils. It's the same sort of concept as the pass it forward, that someone does something good for you, so you do something good for 3 people, and then you say to those 3 people, you've got to pass it forward to 3 people, and then it carries on. Instead of the pass it forward thing, talk to people. It's very simple. Talk to a black person, talk to a white person, talk to a Muslim, talk to a Christian, talk to a Sikh, talk to a Goth, talk to a Chav, talk to an old person, talk to a young person, whoever you would normally judge. Just have a conversation with that person. Be polite, be courteous, see how they respond to you. You might get a surprise. You might get along with them. You might find you've got a lot in common with them. You might make a new friend. And I know that that's a difficult concept now for people to understand, the concept of having friends and liking people instead of just hating everybody, which is what seems to be the fashionable thing now. Who do you hate? Well, we'll get on with each other because I hate them people and so do you. Try getting on with people because of stuff you like, not because of stuff you dislike. And I know this has turned into a rant, and I'm not really even bothered, to be honest. I'm just really, really sick of so many people. If you want to judge someone, that is your right. You know, you don't have to like everybody. There's billions of people in this world. You won't like all of them. That's a fact. It does not give you the right. Freedom of speech does not give you the right to go around upsetting people for no reason. You don't walk up to someone you don't know and start being nasty to them, shouting things at them. You don't do it. Try being nice to people and see how they respond to you. And if everyone was being nice to each other, The people who were being really nasty would look like idiots and they'd be alienated from everyone, so they'd probably stop it, and then the whole world would be a nicer place. It seems really simple to me, and I don't understand why no one else is on the same wavelength. So yes, I'm back and ranting at everybody. I've got more videos to come up, so keep an eye out, because I'm going to still carry on doing reviews. As I said, I will still carry on doing review videos, but they are going to be a lot further between than what they were, and there is going to be more videos on real things, plus nice things like reviews, books and makeup and fashion and everything else. So yeah, keep an eye out. Write me comments if there's any videos you want me to do, if there's any particular topic you want me to voice my opinions on, because I have an opinion on everything, believe me. And yeah, all comments welcome. Be respectful, because if you're not, I'll just delete them and block you, and maybe even report you, depends on how nasty you were. Disagree with me if you want, but disagree respectfully. That's everything I've got to say. Be nice to each other.